Welcome to LSB Feaster's Radio Aircheck and Classic TV channel.
77 WABC. It is 6 o'clock and all is hell on the Ross and Wilson Show, and that's the end of it. That is the end of it. That is the last 5 to 6 hour that you will hear on the Ross and Wilson Show. Mm-hmm. I'm depressed.
You won't be depressed when you get up an hour later.
I'm feeling better already.
I knew that. John Maher is here with all the latest news. He says some commuters are doing it themselves.
What?
Well, yes, what they don't want to be are captive commuters. Good morning. It's 58 degrees, partly cloudy in New York. This is the 6 o'clock edition on WABC, New York's radio station.
Stock in the area. This is ABC News.
WABC News time, 8 minutes after 6. It's 58 degrees, partly cloudy in New York. Variably sunny today, the high around 72. Complete radar weather coming up. I'm John Maher, WABC News on the Ross and Wilson Show.
Thank you, John.
6:09, 9 minutes after 6 o'clock. And now let's try it again as we waltz it around again, Lily, with Joe Nolan and Shadow Traffic.
Good morning.
You sound on the telephone this morning.
Well, yeah, for now.
For now.
For now.
Uh-huh.
Until everything gets all fixed up.
Oh, you got the little machine is giving you problems over there?
The machine isn't working.
The machine is not working?
Yeah.
Should have gotten a Cuisinart. Good morning, Joe.
Good morning. And good morning, everyone. We're in pretty good shape around the area. No real significant delays really at all on the inbound Long Island Expressway. Heavy but moving well from 108th Street in through the Elmhurst gas tanks, doing about 35 to 40 miles an hour. The other way to Grand Central, you're okay inbound through 168 right on up to LaGuardia. On the southbound Brooklyn-Queens Expressway, moderate over the Whitestone Bridge. No real major difficulties northbound on the Cross Island Parkway, getting up past Belmont Park. On the southbound FDR Drive in Manhattan, things looking very, very good, getting down towards 63rd Street. The Bruckner Expressway, mostly moderate down to and over the drawbridge, again, with not too much of a problem there. The Lincoln Tunnel's looking good. In New Jersey, the Garden State Parkway in both directions is going to be moderate, pretty much through Union and Cranford and Clark and all that. No real major difficulties there at all. Inbound 80 good all the way into the George Washington Bridge. No problems on the Jersey Turnpike this morning. Route 46 inbound to the George Washington Bridge, at least at this point, seems to be pretty good, and the folks at Mass Transit all on or close to schedule.
It always sounds like you're talking through a barrel of gravel when you're on the phone like that. Do you know that?
Well, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. Well, I'm sure.
It's a pretty lousy way to start off the week, Joe.
Well, hey,
I mean, the least we could do is have a nice, clear, clean line.
That's
the one that makes it sound as if you're sitting right here in the studio with us.
I know that. That's the other one that goes through the microphone. See, this one just goes through a Mont Bell receiver.
I know that.
Which doesn't work so well.
This is true.
So, as soon as it gets fixed, you will be the first to know. Well, you'll be the second to know. You'll be the first to know.
Just don't keep reversing the charges like this.
That's Shadow Traffic at 6:10, and now here is Rasa K with WABC's radar weather.
58 degrees in New York City, Joe. All kinds of spring weather all across the area today. North and west of the city, it'll be mostly sunny, the high near 70. In New York City, kind of half and half, the high near 72. And the further east you go, the cloudier it will be, especially eastern Connecticut and Long Island. You may need an umbrella for some leftover spritzes. Gray skies there all day, the high in the 60s. Tonight, the clouds move out for good, the low at 51 degrees, and that means the Tuesday will be really nice. Sunny, warm tomorrow, not as breezy as today with a high at 73. That's just about how it'll be on Wednesday, too. The high again, 73 degrees, and more sun than clouds. If you are out east today, the rain or shine will be pretty iffy. And seeing that it's the peak of the lilac blooming season, I'll tell you just how lilacs can tell you if it'll rain or not at 6:30. 55 degrees South Orange, in Greenwich 52, and in New York City 58 degrees. I'm Rasa K, WABC Radar Weather.
When this whole world starts getting me down.
77 WABC is 6:14, 14 minutes after 6 o'clock, Monday morning's nearly famous Ross and Wilson Show. Brian Wilson's my name. That is my partner, Ross Britton.
Hello.
We are here together on the last Ross and Wilson Show.
In a moment, the last Musicradio Ross and Wilson Show.
We'll always be playing music. We'll play music all the time.
Yes, but
we'll always have music on the Ross and Wilson Show.
But starting tomorrow, it'll be the music on the talk radio Ross and Wilson Show.
Well, that's true.
In fact, probably we ought to say, instead of 77 WABC, we ought to say WABC Talk Radio 77 to sort of kick things off on the right note.
Well, that'll be tomorrow.
You think so?
Well, we're still doing our regular show today.
Okay.
I don't want to confuse anybody.
All right.
I mean, it's been in all the papers.
I'm sorry I mentioned
We're
it.
going to be on TV tonight.
Forgive me.
It's going to be written in the skies.
I won't do it again.
It's been the front page news in all the major trade publications.
Until tomorrow.
Right.
Okay.
Good night.
Yankees baseball today brought to you in part by Rockwell Salvage Liquidators.
Who said anything about a baseball game?
I did.
Oh.
The job lot stores that give you crazy closeout prices on everything from cabinets to cookware, and by the Long Island Savings Bank, your Queens, Nassau, and Suffolk neighborhood bank, one of the strongest in New York.
One of the strongest.
Yes.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that, Steve. See, it goes out over the air, and everyone wonders what's going on in here.
Sure.
Sounds like Mount St. Helens.
Wait till the commercials to do that, all right?
That's right.
And we will be back
We're
with
going to give Steve a chance to play with his microphone.
and science news
Right
coming up
after
next.
Listen, you're inside a wind tunnel.
In 6 continents, in 71 countries, and 123 cities around the world. Lufthansa.
Ta-dum.
77
Where did that come
WABC.
from?
I don't know.
Hello? 6:17, 17 and a half minutes after 6 o'clock on your nearly famous Ross and Wilson show. It's Monday morning, and how are you?
Time for science
I say,
news,
how are
Brian.
you?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Time for science news.
Science news?
You've heard of the new Cambridge diet?
The new...
Cambridge diet.
No, can't say that I have.
Developed 2 years ago. It's supposed to be an incredible diet that it's like 300 calories a day, and that's it. 330 calories a
That is
day.
pretty incredible. I
Yes.
couldn't live like that.
Well, experts say that's near starvation level.
It certainly is. I'll have anorexia monofluoride nervosa, yes.
Nervosa.
Something like that.
The diet consists of 3 liquid meals made up of a powdered mixture and added to 8 or 9 ounces of water. That's it.
Well, it's kind of like camping and eating dehydrated eggs.
Well, something like that, except that's only 330 calories.
Right.
Experts warn now that it can be very hazardous to your health.
Well, of course it can.
And while extremely overweight people may be justified in taking the risk,
Absolutely.
If you only have 10 or 15 pounds, you definitely should not do it.
I think that programs like Weight Watchers and that kind of business are the only really safe things to do.
Mm-hmm.
All those diets, you go crazy with that stuff. You got to count this and cut out that, and like that Hollywood diet that was so popular there for a while.
Yes, the Beverly Hills diet.
Is that what it was?
Yeah.
Well, I was close. The Santa Clara diet.
Just a few
miles
away.
A few miles away. Where you had to eat watermelon all day and then blueberries the next day and prunes the third day and stuff.
Oh.
A horrible thing. And people were having big problems with that.
Yes.
If you really want to lose weight and you can't make it to a Weight Watchers meeting, then we suggest you follow the Ross and Wilson diet. Very simple to do. It is probably the simplest of all diets.
Mm-hmm.
If it tastes good, spit it out.
Okay.
That's the way we do it.
Yes. All right, it is 20 minutes after 6 o'clock, 6:20.
And you can get a copy of that diet by sending $25 to Ross and Wilson, WABC, New York, 10019. It's 19 minutes after. Think we'll get any takers?
I don't know.
Probably not.
Time for sports news.
Oh, look.
Joining us.
Here's a guy who used to be a real porco. And he is now slim and trim and has a physique that is admired and admonished by women everywhere.
That's right.
Of course, a lot of those women don't speak this language, but that's all right. How did you do it, Steve?
How did I lose weight?
Yes. You cut out the booze?
Self-sacrifice, yeah.
Self-sacrifice.
Knocked off the booze, only would... not that I drink a lot anyway.
I know that.
But I would only go out and play, so to speak.
Drink.
One night a week, and I cut down on all the cholesterols and carbos, and I worked out, exercise, key factor
indeed.
exercise.
Right. A couple of good racquetball games a day, that'll keep you going.
Pump some iron, do some running, right. Stuff like that.
Absolutely.
A lot of fun.
I found that works very well. No booze after 3 o'clock.
In the morning?
Yeah.
The saloons are closed, aren't they?
No. That was my rule. No booze after 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
Which made for some incredible lunches.
Yes, I'm sure it did.
Get it all in.
What happened over the weekend, Steve?
Well, 2 wins in a row for the Yankees. In Seattle last night, Tommy John hurled a 4-hit shutout for 8 innings, and the Goose came on to pitch a perfect ninth as the Yankees beat Seattle 3-0. A 2-run home run by Oscar Gamble. I'll have all the details on Yankee replay at 6:50. At Shea yesterday afternoon, Hollywood couldn't have produced a more dramatic ending. The score tied at 5 with the San Francisco Giants into the bottom of the ninth inning. 2 outs. The old veteran, Rusty Staub, up. Only 2 hits all year. He deposits a Greg Minton fastball into the right field bullpen to give the Mets a 6-5 victory. Kingman also homered in the game, his 11th of the season. He leads the major leagues. Greg Swan got the win in relief. NBA playoff action. The Celtics had no problem at all handling the 76ers of Philadelphia in Boston. The final score, 121-81. 40 points. Oh, my. Out west, the Lakers had a tougher time, but managed to prevail to come away with a 128-117 win over San Antonio. The WCT Tournament of Champions at the Westside Tennis Club was won by Yvonne Lendl. It took the Czech star only 49 minutes to get by Eddie Dibbs, 6-1, 6-1. The prize money for Lendl totaled about $143,000. Not a bad week's work. Sugar Ray Leonard resting comfortably this morning after undergoing eye surgery yesterday at Johns Hopkins in Baltimore. His Friday night fight with Roger Stafford obviously postponed. I'm Steve McPartland, 77 WABC Sports.
Thank you, Steve.
6:22, 22 and a half minutes after 6 o'clock on Monday morning's nearly famous Ross and Wilson show. Here's what's coming up in the news at 6:30.
Well, Mayor Koch has made his 1983 budget public today, and he says it's balanced. What is it? I don't know.
I don't know.
Well, I don't even know who's going to be in at 6:30 with the news, but we'll find out.
It'll probably be Art Athens.
When 6:30 rolls around here at 77 WA. Well, I said it was Art Athens last Friday, and
who
it
showed
wasn't.
up?
It was Art McFarland.
Art McFarland.
I said Art McFarland would be here at 5:30 this morning, and who showed up? John Maher. So I'm scared to say who will be here.
Stay tuned for Walter Cronkite at 6:30 with all the latest news. Here's the traffic news. There isn't any traffic news.
Slow day, you say?
Yeah. I will mention this, however. Beginning at 9 o'clock this morning in Fort Lee, New Jersey, which we all know is lovely this time of year, northbound Route 9W ramp to the Palisades Interstate Parkway will be closed due to destruction. This little project is expected to last 6 months and will affect eastbound traffic on routes 446, 8095 as it comes to the George.
Sound a little bit like Richard Dawson there when you said 6 months.
Oh, yeah. Let's see if it's up on the board. 6 months? Nah, I'm sorry. Well, so much for Richard Dawson. You know how I wonder how that guy didn't get herpes. Anyway, he kisses so many people,
yes,
and that's the way that thing is mononucleosis.
Thank you.
So, well, so much for his problem.
If you're out and around town tonight,
Joe Nolan will have another report at 6:35.
You might want to check out.
Joe gets upset if I don't mention his name.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. You might want to check out Club Ibis tonight over on 50th Street. Comedian Club Ibis.
Oh.
Over on 50th Street. Comedian Marcia Lewis, who played Miss Hannigan in the stage show Annie.
Oh, she was terrific.
Yes. She's on stage at 11:30, beginning a week's engagement there.
Easy Street. Ba-bum, ba-bum.
I thought she was terrific.
She was
really
great.
good. So,
Carol Burnett plays that role in the movie.
Yes.
Yes.
The movie will be out in 2 weeks.
I'm ready.
$6 ticket price.
Don't we get a free showing ticket?
Are you kidding?
Oh, jeez.
Mixture of bright sun and clouds today. That's Ross K's radar weather forecast. Mostly cloudy out on East Long Island in Connecticut. Maybe even a little chance of rain. High around 72. Clear to partly cloudy tonight. A low around 51. And tomorrow and Wednesday, sunny. High around 73 both days. It's currently 54 degrees in Manhattan on your nearly famous Ross and Wilson show.
From the teeming jungles of the Amazon to the frozen wastelands of Antarctica, Samsonite luggage masters the art of survival. And now, the Samsonite Survivors are on sale. Save from 20 to 40% off regular prices on rugged, good-looking luggage like Silhouette 2, stylish Easy Packs 2, or the strong yet lightweight Kicks. And for a business attaché that means business, pick up one of Samsonite's reliable Classic 4 attachés. Get a Samsonite at 20 to 40% off regular prices and join the millions of people who travel with Samsonite. You'll find out they don't call Samsonite the Survivor for nothing. Samsonite, the Survivor, now available at all Gimbal stores except Bayshore and Comac. In the June issue of Penthouse, home run king Reggie Jackson goes to bat as automobile editor. Owner of some of the world's most spectacular cars, Jackson test drives, comments, and reports on the newest grand slams in the auto world. Ted Turner says TV has struck out. In an exclusive Penthouse interview, cable network czar Turner, outspoken and flamboyant owner of the record-breaking Atlanta Braves, lashes out at network television's lousy programming and gross inefficiency. efficiency. And 10 professional gigolos tell you how to make love to a woman. Then some more playoff action. This month in Penthouse, the Pet of the Year playoff. All hitters, no losers. Plus, Penthouse uncovers more startling facts involving the treatment of mental patients. Read Electroshock. The horror continues. And much more action in the June issue of Penthouse magazine. Penthouse on sale everywhere.
77 WABC.
6:27 on Monday morning's nearly famous Ross and Wilson show.
Plan to go to West. Get your kiss on Route 66.
Dum, 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 dum.
Get your kiss on Route 66.
Woo woo.
77 WABC.
It is 6:29, 29 minutes after 6 o'clock on Golden Spike Day.
Yes.
Marking that fateful day in 1976 when the railroads had to hawk the golden spike. You probably remember that.
Yeah.
Railroads were doing so poorly. This is it. Big day. Ottmar Mergenthaler. Ottmar Mergenthaler, born day. You remember him? You ought to know him.
Inventor of the linotype.
That's right, 1854. Ottmar invented linotype, right. Since computer typesetters have made linotype obsolete, this might be a good day for us to forget both of them.
Yes.
Both Otto and the linotype.
Not a bad idea at all.
But he was still born on this day in 1854.
Happy birthday to Gary Owens.
Oh, Gary Owens. The booth announcer on Laugh-In.
That's right.
And too many commercials. Danny of Danny and the Juniors is about
41, Danny Ramp.
And not to mention Fred Astaire, who's a lot older.
83.
And then, of course, there's Donovan. Leach.
Leach is his
Remember
last name.
Donovan
That's
Leach?
Right. That's right.
Sunshine, Superman, and all that nonsense? Amazing. And, of course, it's Art Athens' birthday.
Oh, it is?
No, I just wanted to slide into getting his name. It is the debut of his new show today.
That's right. You're on at noon today?
That's right. With all sorts of interesting guests today, including Dan Ingram and Ron Lundy and some of the new talk show people who will be on Talk Radio 77, which doesn't start till noon.
Yes.
I guess we shouldn't tell you.
All right. What about us? Why don't you have us on as guests?
That's right.
I mean, we're going to be around. We have big picture-taking opportunity today and all that business.
Well, that's certainly an idea. You could stand in the background there.
We have you on our show.
That'd be soft-focused.
We have you on our show, Artie. I think the least you could do would be to,
I can't take this guilt, guys. Okay.
All right, good.
Well, let's do the news. Mayor Koch has his 1983 budget today, and he says it's balanced. The question is it really?
Well, who knows? The Koch premieres his Hold the Line 1983 budget. It's pegged at $15.7 billion, and it could cost us some money. Good morning. It is 58 degrees and sunny in New York. This is the 6:30 edition on WABC, New York's radio station. The budget is 11.
The high there in the 60s. Tonight, clear and comfortable, the low 51. Tomorrow, just gorgeous. Bright sunshine and a high of 73. Wednesday, some clouds are back, but mostly a nice day. The high then just breaks the 70-degree mark. Well, guys, you can do your weather forecasting by Lilacs this time of year.
Lilacs?
Yeah, they can tell you if it's going to rain or not.
That's true. Many of the chicken farmers in Wayne, New Jersey, when I was a kid, used to use lilacs at this time of year to determine the weather. It's really very simple. If the lilacs are wet, it means that it's rained. If the lilacs are dry, it means that it hasn't rained.
Somehow...
It is 100% correct.
Brian, I don't think that's what she was talking about.
Very simple indeed.
There are all kinds of ways a lilac bush could get wet, Brian.
Well, I'm talking about high up.
Well, this could happen with poplar trees, lime, sycamore, as well as lilac.
That's right.
All you do is check out the leaves.
That's right. And if they're wet...
Not the relative humidity of the leaves, but it's the relative humidity of the air that may make them turn over. So if your bush looks a little lighter than usual...
What?
Lilac bush.
Oh.
Looks a little lighter than usual. Because the leaves have all turned over and the undersides are a little... Whoa.
Go ahead.
Let me get this right now. Let me try and follow you here.
Okay, you got a bush.
The underside of the leaves on the bush are lighter than the ones on the top.
Lilac bush.
Right.
Exactly. So if they're all turned over, all the leaves on the bush will look a little
Then the bush appears lighter.
If the bush turns over, then it's going to get damp. Is that what you're saying?
And it's only because the humidity in the air is softening the stalks.
Right.
Oh, really?
And making them turn over.
Softening the
stalks.
Making them
turn over.
Right.
I think I've got it.
I think I do, too.
Oh, gosh, 57 degrees in Bayside.
We're rolling now.
In Westfield, 56. And in New York City, 58 degrees.
Oh,
I'm
boy.
Rasa K, WABC Radar Weather.
Are you going to repeat that a little bit later on?
I don't know.
Oh, boy, we're having some fun with this, friends. 6:43, 17 minutes away from 7 o'clock. Don McLean sings music on the Ross and Wilson Show. 77 WABC 645, 15 minutes away from 7 o'clock. This is your nearly famous Ross and Wilson Show. Brian Wilson's my name. There's my partner, Ross Britton.
Hello.
Our lovely and talented engineer who slept late this morning, but still made it all the way down here from Westchester, Super Hooper. How you doing, Soup?
Hi, Mom.
And, of course, the lovely and talented Steve McPartland will be along with Yankee Replay shortly.
Yes. NBC's new president, Brandon Tartikoff, says the sexiest things on TV are commercials.
Who?
He's the network president over at...
is he the guy that replaced Fred?
Yeah.
He's a young guy.
Yeah.
He's only like 31 years old.
33 years old, that's right. He says the jeans and soft drink commercials of today date back to those pinup calendar advertising brake fluid and rebuilt transmissions that you used to see on gas station walls.
Oh, yeah.
And he has a new way to gauge the sex appeal of leading men for the network.
Yeah, I know. He brings in 3 of his secretaries.
That's right.
Says, hey there. You 3 women would like to go to bed with this guy?
That's right. That's exactly right.
That's what he does. That's the way he determines it.
I thought that was a very interesting way to screen new TV programs. Apparently that's,
This guy's interviewed, I think it was the latest issue of Penthouse, and he was bringing out a very salient point. There are very few women high up in the broadcast business.
That's right.
In management. Obviously, there are the Baba Wabas of the world that they get paid. The Kitey Tongs that get paid big buckos to do a credible newscast. But in the management of things, there are very, very few, if any, women at the top.
That's
unquote. Right. The broadcast business being as chauvinistic, I suppose, as most other businesses. As a consequence, here are these guys.
Oh, don't mince words now, Brian. Say it. Sexist.
I am. That's right. Absolutely. And what happens is you got all these guys sitting up there in the boardroom, and they've got to decide who women are going to like to see on TV.
That's right.
And
do they ask the women?
No. And as a consequence, do they promote women high up so that they can have programming decisions?
No.
Do they take into consideration the fact that they are not qualified to be able to speak intelligently on the subject of what women find attractive in a male lead in a sitcom or a dramatic series? No. So what do? They bring in 3 overworked, underpaid secretaries from the secretarial pool and give them the executive decision and the responsibility of deciding which one of these guys is going to be on the series. Do they get paid a bonus? No. Do they get an opportunity to be in management to make that decision as a part of their regular workload? No. Is the network, therefore, a sexist operation and worthy of our scorn and shame? Yes.
You feel better now?
6:48 on the Ross and Wilson Show.
Steve McPartland will be here right after this.
What some people will do in a supermarket.
Oh, excuse me, sir, about your chickens.
You were squeezing them.
Well, I'd like one that's fresh.
There's a better way than squeezing. You see the date on that label?
Hey, and these all have dates.
Of course, they're Holly Farms chickens. Holly Farms puts a freshness date on every package, so you know it's fresh just by looking at the label.
Uh-huh.
In fact, they guarantee satisfaction or your money back.
At Holly Farms, we don't just talk about fresh chicken, we guarantee it.
Diller and Mira for Harrah's Marina Hotel Casino.
Come on, Harvey, get excited.
Is this an invitation, Wanda?
Don't be crude. I'm trying to remember the name of this fabulous hotel I heard about in Atlantic City.
So why should I get excited?
Because it's a really classy hotel that sounds like a yell or a shout.
Hotel Whoopi?
The people are warm and friendly and nobody hassles you or pushes you around.
Are you sure this is the Boardwalk in Atlantic City?
No Boardwalk. That's why they call it the other Atlantic City.
So where is it, Sheepshead Bay?
Harvey, this is a fantastic casino that sounds like a cheer.
Hotel Boomalaka Sis Boomba.
A beautiful view of the bay, spacious casino, top entertainment.
Hotel Woo Woo?
Smiling employees who pamper the guests every day, a fresh rose in your room.
Hotel Olay.
And hassle-free garage parking.
Hurrah.
That's it.
Hotel Hurrah.
Harrah's, the other Atlantic City.
Hurrah-ha-has.
Harrah's, Harvey, not hurrah-ha-has.
That's what I said. Let's go.
Oh, Harvey, I'm in a hurry to go to Harrah's.
It's Harrah's, Wanda.
Yeah.
Call this number, 800-257-8656. It's Sammy Davis Jr., Memorial Day weekend at Harrah's.
6:49, 11 minutes away from 7 o'clock. Let's see who's on the phone. 77 WABC, good morning.
Good morning, Brian.
Oh, it's Howard, Ross.
Hello, Howard.
Good morning, Coach.
How are you, Ross?
Oh, we're all terrific up here. How are you?
I'm fine.
Uh-huh.
Well, the Mets won.
Yep.
The Yankees won. I couldn't believe it.
I couldn't believe it either.
Well, yesterday on my show, Sports Beat, my guest was none other than Georgie Porgy Steinbrenner.
I noticed that, Coach.
You know, Brian, you ask George what time it is, and the guy tells you how to make a watch.
I know that, yes.
I couldn't get a word in edgewise.
That's unusual, Howard.
Especially for you.
Yes. Well, believe it or not, he's a very honest man, and he's right when he says he's paying good money to his ball players, and all he wants is a good team.
Nothing wrong with that, Howard.
No. He's just fed up with the Yankees' antiquated ways of playing baseball.
Antiquated?
I don't know what I just said.
I don't either.
But if George wants to throw his money away, he could always hire Storm Field.
A good point.
Let's face it, Brian. Elliott is a loser. He's like a gigolo with chapped lips. I spoke to George Bryan yesterday, close up front and personal, the ABC way.
It is the ABC way, Howard.
It's the only way.
That's exactly right.
And I asked him how he really felt about selling the Yankees and what he thought of the fans.
Uh-huh.
And George said, and I quote, "Playing ball at Yankee Stadium lately and trying to do a fine job for the fans is just like wetting your pants."
Wetting your pants?
Yes, it gives you a warm feeling, and no one really notices.
Yeah, right.
It just goes to show you, Brian, it's very hard to steal second base while keeping your 1 foot on first.
Right.
In fact, it hurts.
It certainly, but that doesn't do much for your inseam, that's for sure.
No, it certainly doesn't.
Yes.
Well, good luck tonight on Live at 5.
Well, I hope you'll be watching us, Howard.
I will. You know, usually I watch the Vase and the Clock on TV.
Uh-huh.
But tonight I'll watch you and Ross.
Thank you very much, Howard.
You'll probably make me regurgitate.
I probably will.
Well, you have a good day, you and Ross.
You've done the same for us.
Bye, Howard.
Well, good.
Thank
Goodbye.
you. Goodbye.
Goodbye, Ross.
Goodbye, Howard.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Brian.
Yes, goodbye, sir.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, you turkeys.
Well, time for...
Have to say goodbye to Howard.
Yes, it is.
Yes. But we say goodbye, Howard, and hello, Steve McPartland.
Who was that mess?
I don't know. No one you have to be concerned about.
In Seattle last night, the Yankees winners over the Mariners 3-0. Good morning, everyone. This is Yankee Replay. Tonight, the Yankees are in California to meet the Angels and Reggie Jackson. Dave Righetti scheduled to go against Jeff Zahn. All the action right here on your New York Yankee station, starting with Frank Messer's pregame show at 10:15.
Holy cow. Holy cow.
The Mets were also winners at Shea yesterday afternoon. Rusty Staub's solo home run in the bottom of the ninth inning with 2 out. The game-winning margin, 6-5 over the Giants. Dave Kingman also homered in that game. Sky King has 11 round-trippers on the year to lead the majors. NBA playoffs, it was Boston over Philly by 40 points and Los Angeles over San Antonio by 11. Boston and L.A. have a 1-0 lead. Tennis, Yvonne Lendl, the winner of the Tournament of Champions at Forest Hills. And boxing, Ray Leonard underwent successful surgery yesterday to repair a detached retina in his left eye. The welterweight champ's career is in jeopardy. I'm Steve McPartland, 77 WABC Sports.
Well said. Well said indeed.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, here it is at 6:54, a mere 6 minutes away from 7 o'clock on your nearly famous
Ross and Wilson show.
I was going to say that.
We'll have the news headlines.
Oh, look at the weather.
And the traffic right after we tell you what's in a name.
What's your name?
Well, if the name is Samsonite.
Is it Mary or Sue?
You know, it's tough, rugged luggage, Brian. After all, they don't call Samsonite the survivor for nothing.
What about Mary and Sue?
Well, they're survivors in a different way.
I understand.
If the name is Innovation, you know it's always the largest luggage selection and the lowest prices anywhere.
Innovation?
Yes.
Lowest prices?
Right.
Luggage selection?
Whether it's hard-sided silhouette luggage, casual easy packs,
right.
Whether it's lightweight kicks or world-famous classic attachés.
Every size?
Every color.
Every piece?
Of the Samsonite styles. Good thing I picked that up.
Yeah.
Are right on sale now at Innovation.
The widest selection in each of our stores. A famous name luggage that you can afford.
Everybody.
Our fame is growing, coming and going. showing its innovation.
America's largest luggage dealer, Ross.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
What's in a name?
What's your name?
Oh, no. Find out for yourself. Visit the Innovation Luggage Store nearest you at Route 4 Paramus, Central Avenue, Scarsdale, Route 59, Nanuet.
It's so hard.
Post Road, East, Westport, Connecticut, and throughout the metropolitan area.
Like yours for me.
Brian.
Ooh-wee.
Thank you.
Yeah, I got it all down.
Police say the daughter and her boyfriend tried to tap her family's bank account.
Oh, really?
Yes, indeed. John Maher has details on that kidnap story and others coming up in the news just 5 minutes away.
Southbound West Side Highway, sluggish approaching the 140s. Watch for a stall in the right lane. Not any big problems out there. We have the usual sticky areas that you know so well, but some other ones here on the Belt Parkway. Westbound traffic heavy from Springfield Avenue over past Kennedy Airport. Reminder to motorists traveling on the southbound New York State Thruway to the Tap. Delays through exit 11 in Nyack, right lane still closed because of the ongoing destruction. And the destruction starts today at the George Washington Bridge beginning at 9 o'clock this morning in Fort Lee. The ramp from the northbound Route 9W Palisades Interstate Parkway closed for destruction. Joe Nolan, who was closed for construction over the weekend.
Really?
We'll be back in about 10 minutes with another shadow traffic update on the nearly famous Ross and Wilson show.
A mixture of bright sun and clouds. That's how Ross Kay describes this morning's weather. Mostly cloudy, however, out on eastern Long Island and Connecticut for the major part of the day. A high around 72 degrees today. Clear to partly cloudy tonight, a low around 51. And tomorrow and Wednesday, just gorgeous. Sunny with a high of 73. It is 54 degrees currently in Manhattan on your nearly famous Ross and Wilson show.
Baby, I'm yours.
Baby, I'm
What?
yours.
Boy, I surprised him tonight.
And I'll be yours. Rivers all dry. Baby, I'm yours.
77 WABC.
Yeah,
Barbara
yeah.
Lewis. Boy, what an oldie.
You haven't heard that one for a while, have you?
No.
I picked that out special this morning.
Well, good.
Yeah, it's a great old song. I figured there'd be so much reminiscing going on today.
Yes.
You know, of course, that this is the last Ross and Wilson show to be heard from 5 till 9 here at WABC. Chime time, 6:59. I love to do that. We'll be doing our regular show here from 5 to 9 today, and then tomorrow it's the all-new Ross and Wilson show on Talk Radio 77
That's
WABC,
right.
6 to 10.
We'll still be playing music.
You won't be able to tell much difference other than the fact that we'll be hanging around a little bit longer.
However,
some people consider that a big disadvantage.
Yes.
But we invite you to tune in for the Lundy Ingram Swan Song today at 9 o'clock.
Yes. Tomorrow morning, by the way, at 9, we'll be interviewing Ruth Gordon. So you'll
a very feisty person, by the way.
Yes.
Ruth Gordon. You never heard from Rosemary's Baby?
Yeah.
She was a little Eye of Newt, Wing of Bat. You remember that? Oh,
she's on tonight, The Return of Rosemary's Baby or something like that.
Rosemary's Baby grows up.
No, look what happened to Rosemary's Baby.
Rosemary's Baby meets Tammy.
Yeah. Well, Brian, laugh and the world laughs with you, snore, and you sleep alone.
Well, I don't know about that.
We'll talk about it coming up after the news.
Like Judith Kuryansky there
with John Maher. Good morning, John.
Oh, John.
Nobody noticed.
Police say the daughter and her boyfriend tried to tap her family's bank account. Big kidnapping, huh?
Well, they were looking for lots of bucks.
Sure.
Good morning. It's 57 degrees and sunny in New York. This is the 7 o'clock edition on WABC, New York's radio station.